Good evening, friends. Welcome to Akulmach mental quiz. It is called the mental gym. The whole idea about this quiz is to basically allow you to inculcate the critical thinking ability. Therefore, the questions will be asked, you will be given 60 seconds, and you're supposed to respond in 60 seconds. Make sure your answer is correct. So, let us begin our journey of improving our critical thinking abilities. The first question is, in the year 1776, which founding father of United States of America departs to meet France? And the mission was to seek French support for the American Revolution. The times. Well, the American Revolution was a big thing. There were a lot of entities involved, and therefore the formation of America is also, for the very first time, it was a democratic setup which was being thought and being set up, and therefore the liberty was the prime driving factor, and therefore at that point in time, the torch bearers of liberty were the French. So let us now find out the answer. I know some people have given the answer, but let's find out the answer. Yes, Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin was one of the founding fathers of the USA, and he was also a senator. And he actually traveled to France to ask for support, French support, when they were actually fighting the English rule in the United States colonies. So now let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. Well, Chandrasen have attempted, and Chandrasen has given a wrong answer. Thomas Jefferson, that's not the right answer. The right answer is Chandrasen is the Benjamin Franklin, who traveled to France to gather support for the initiative, American initiative for independence from the British. Okay, there are several questions, Chandrasen. Don't lose heart. You can ask, you can actually give the right answer in the next one. Let's proceed to the next one. In the year 1858, who invented rotary washing machine? Washing machine has changed our lives, but it was invented in the year 1858. Who was this great inventor? The time starts. Well, the rotary washing machine it has the ability to tumble your clothes, and in the process, it mimics your hand function. So, before the washing machine was invented, most of the washing was done by hand. and which was replaced by a mechanical device called rotary washing machine? Let's find out the answer. And the answer is the inventor is Hamilton Smith. He actually got a patent provided by the government of USA, and he is actually regarded as the inventor of the modern washing machine from Pittsburgh. So as you can imagine, the washing machine has been such a important invention for the modern living. Let's find out who have given the right answer. Yes, Chandrasen has been able to give the right answer, and it's a Hamilton Smith. Good job, Chandrasen. Now let's quickly move to the next question. In the year 1864, Union troops ambush and kill Bill. Does this ring any bell? Kill Bill, also known as Bloody Bill, near Albania and in the Missouri State. We know Kill Bill, the Quentin Tarantino's movie. What was his real name? And time starts. We've all seen the movie Kill Bill, and this character has been taken up, and the story is woven around the Quentin Tarantino movie. But there was a real Kill Bill, and many people may not know the answer, I doubt. But let me give the answer to you. His name was William Anderson, and he was actually a soldier. He was a Confederate in the Confederate Army, which is basically favoring the slavery, and he was one of the guerrilla warfare leader in that army. His name was William Anderson. So let me see who have been able to give the answer. Well, as I suspected, there are no right answers. So let us proceed to the next question quickly. In the 1881, in the year 1881, there was a gunfight known as OK Carroll. This is the name of the place where this gun battle was fought. The most famous shootout in the Wild West occurs between the lawman White Earp and the villains were the cowboys. There were many actually. There are few main cowboys which are Tom, Frank, McCleary, and Bill Clinton. Name of this popular, please name the popular Hollywood movie which was made on this incident. Long question, read it again. You have 1 minute to answer. Time. Well, we are all fans of the Western classics, and even if today there is a Western movie or even Indiana Jones, which is basically the same genre, uh, these movies are very popular, and therefore, on this real incident, there the real gun battle between the lawmen and the cowboys, there is a movie made, very popular movie. You should be able to guess this answer, but let me give you the answer first before I go on to the winners. Okay, I do not know why the whole thing restarted, but let me go to that answer. And the answer is Tombstone. That's the name of the movie. Answer is Tombstone, and very popular star cast: Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, and Bill Paxton. I'm sure many of you would have seen this movie. So that was the answer. Let me check if there are any right answer given by anyone. Okay, so no answer. Nobody has attempted. Let's quickly move to the next question. So in 1901, which city uh, was kind of became popular for recording the first car robbery? In 1901, which city became famous for world's first car robbery? And the Okay, so isn't it interesting that cars are playing such an important role in our life? They are also used for robbery. Not only from fulfilling your desire to travel from point A to point B, but they can cars can be tool to many things. So therefore, there was a city in which some ingenious people realized that car can be used as a getaway car, and the car was used basically for sort of shoplifting, basically hold up at a shop in Paris. Therefore, Paris is infamous for the first recorded incident where the car was used for something bad. Now let's find out who has been able to give the right answer. Yes, Chandrasen, this time you cracked it. You have given the right answer. Let's quickly move to the next question. And because speed is everything, in the year 1905, Union of Sweden ends with which neighboring country? And the time. So Sweden used to be a much bigger country, but then it was decided to split the country into two, and now we know these countries as two different countries. So let's find out what is the answer. It is Norway, of course. This was a simple question, and the Scandinavia countries are now split into two large chunks, which is Sweden and Norway. And let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. Again, Chandrasen, you are right. Okay, let's go to the next question quickly. In the year 1918, who actually first purchased the Stonehenge and then donate to the British nation? Who was this great man who actually spent his own money? In the year 1918, he donated prehistoric Stonehenge to British nation. The time starts. So, as we know, the Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument. We do not know how it was built and who built it. There are a lot of speculation. There are a lot of carbon dating being done to determine the age of the Stonehenge, but it is baffling even today how prehistoric humans were able to gather this technology to build such multi-ton stones and place them in a perfect circle. So, let's find out the answer to this question. The name of the gentleman is Cecil Chubb. He was a lawyer, and he actually grew up in a village around the Stonehenge, and he was mesmerized from very early age about the Stonehenge, about the history, etc. So when he got the money, he actually spent a lot of money to buy the Stonehenge, kept the Stonehenge with himself, and they sold it off. Not sell it off, donate it to the nation, to the UK nation. So let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. Well, there are no right answer, but this was an easy question, I believe. Cecil Chubb is a very popular name, and if you are especially watching us from UK, the answer should have been there. Anyway, let's move to the next question. In the year 1940, which legendary American fighter plane makes its maiden flight? Legendary American fighter plane flying for the first time. Easy question. Answer it quickly. Time starts. Well, the question was about the legendary American fighter plane that changed the tide of the war in favor of allies, because Germany was quite far off, and that time Germany had captured France, and therefore they could fly sorties into UK, cross over the ocean, and they had the capability, they had the airfield in France, and for them it was short. But if the Allies have to fight back using aeroplanes from UK, then it is a very long distance for them. And back in the days, the planes did not had range to fly to Germany. So Germany felt that they are quite safe from the aerial bombardment way back in 1940. However, this legendary plane had the range, had the power, and had the speed. That is why it is called legendary plane. Let's find out which plane this was. It was P-51 Mustang. P-51 Mustang is the answer. It is a legendary plane. Even today, it's one of the fastest flying propeller-driven aircraft, fitted with Merlin engine, which was also engine used widely in so many other successful aircrafts like Spitfire and even Lancaster bomber during the Second World War. So P-51 Mustang is the right answer. I don't see any answer given by anyone. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. In the year 1947, Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir acceded to India. What was his name? The time starts. Well, we know the Jammu and Kashmir is the integral part of India, and there were a lot of legal documentation. I'm not going into history because we know the history. So let us find out who actually signed the document and express that his kingdom is now part of India way back in 1947. Let's go to the answer. His name is Maharaja Hari Singh, and Hari Singh actually, signed the agreement with the government of India and then acceded his, kingdom, his kingship as a state into an Indian territory way back in 1947. Now let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. Yes, Chandrasen, you are right. It is Raja Hari Singh. Great job, Chandrasen. Great job, Chandrasen. Let's quickly move to the next question. In the year 1950, who founded Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta, India? Time start. Missionary of Charities was started by Teresa when she was only a young girl, a teenager, 17 or 18 years old. She had come to travel across India, and she was from Czech Republic. But when she saw misery of some of the poor people, she decided to never return to Czech Republic and founded the Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta, working with deprived women especially, and also deprived children. So the answer is Mother Teresa. She has been awarded also sainthood by the Vatican, and she did a lot of great work in Calcutta. So Mother Teresa was the answer. Let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. I saw Chandrasen giving, but I do not see. So Chandrasen, I give it to you. You have been able to give the right answer. All right, let's move quickly to the next question. In the year 1958, which airlines flies for the first time transatlantic jet from New York to Paris? Time start. Again, this was a simple, simple question. The first transatlantic flight, basically a 9 hour or 10 hour long flight. So the airlines needed a long haul comfortable passenger plane, and they had to buy the plane. They had to basically configure the entire service plan, crew, training of pilots, because this is a long distance flight. 9 hours flying is a very long distance. You have to provide comfort, etc. So all of those things were overcome by a particular airlines. Let us find out which was this airlines who had the vision to fly long haul passenger flights. And of course, that was Pan Am. Pan Am is in short, it's Pan Am. It long is Pan America. But now every airlines fly long distance flights. Back in the day, long distance means you have to take a ticket on a ship and travel for at least a week if you want to travel from New York to London or Paris. It was a week long journey, but then flight changed everything. You can actually travel within 9 hours. All right, let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. It's Chandra Sen. All right, let's move to the next question. In the year 1972, who invented the first truly instant camera, which is the Polaroid camera SX70? The time starts. Well, the Polaroid camera is different. It is very much like any other camera. The only difference in Polaroid is that it uses a Polaroid screen, and that was a invention made by this great inventor, which changed the world as we know it today. Because instant photograph was a thing, because whenever you travel, you had to basically collect those rolls, and when you return from your travel, you have to give those rolls, film rolls, for development. And then the photographers will take couple of days to give you back your memory. Then only you will know whether your the photographs that you have taken have come all right, or something has gone wrong or right, whichever the case may be. Whereas in a Polaroid camera, you can actually take the picture and you will get the image printed immediately. So it's basically a camera coupled with a printer. Today we do not know Polaroid camera because now we are living in the digital age. We don't need Polaroid, but for good 20 to 30 years, Polaroid camera were really the top of the line cameras. So who created this great invention? His name is Dr. Edwin Land. And Edwin Land actually created the camera, also patented it, and for good 2 to 3 decades they were really expensive cameras that were used by many people who actually wanted to get the instant result. For example, if you're taking a scenery, or you are in Florence, you're taking a picture, you will not know at that point in time, when you've already spent your money, how the picture has come. Whereas with Polaroid, you know exactly how the picture has come, and if it is not great, you can actually click again and get a new printout immediately. So that was a game changer at that point in time. Okay, so Chandrasen has been able to give the right answer. Let's quickly move to the next question. In the year 1975, which Egyptian president was the first one to officially visit United States? Very simple question. The time. So you know that Egypt was a big country. It had big army way back because of the British support, and they also did not because of the British rule. The British controlled the Suez Canal, which is the major sea route. And because of something or the other, the Islamic world always has some trouble. Whereas all that changed by this president, and today Egypt is a big ally of the rest of the world. So let's find out the answer. The answer is President Anwar Sadat. Anwar Sadat was a great national hero for Egypt. He did many things different. He actually got the control on Suez Canal from the British. I mean, he played his cards well, and the Suez Canal was transitioned to Egypt, and today Egypt controls the Suez Canal. Number two thing that Anwar Sadat did was he brought peace between Israel and Egypt, at least not in rest of the Middle East countries, but before the this before this, Egypt were always fighting the Israel, and they had lost two battles. So they during the Anwar Sadat time, diplomatic ties were improved and they were not fighting with Israel. So let's find out who have been able to give the right answer. Chandrasen, you are the winner. Let's now move to the next question. In the year 2017, which leader holds the title of being the world's youngest female head of a government ever? Time start. Youngest female head of a country, head of a state. I think this was an easy answer, but let's find out the answer first before I actually give you more detail. It is the Jacinda Ardern. She is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. We know a very popular name, and recently she has stepped down because she was finding it too difficult to run her personal life as well as responsibility of the country. So she actually stepped down. However, during the pandemic, she and her cabinet played a major role in improving the lives of her countrymen, and therefore, at the age of 37, she was the Prime Minister of New Zealand, youngest so far in the world, just age of 37, and a woman being the head of a state. All right. So no answer for this question. Let's quickly move to the next question. In the year 2021, who makes a record $25 billion in one day, pushing his estimated net worth to $255.2 billion, making him the richest man ever? Time start. So this question is about a smart, shrewd businessman becoming the richest person ever. I think this is an easy answer. Even if you make a calculated guess, you should be able to answer this. Let's find out what is the answer. It is Elon Musk, of course. This was an easy question. So Elon Musk actually invested in the crypto, and he also said way back in 2021 that he would start accepting cryptocurrency for his Tesla cars. And then he invested big time in crypto. The value of the crypto grew almost 10 to 12 times. And then he exited from crypto. So within a day, he made $25 billion, and that created a world record of being the world richest man ever. So who has been able to give the answer? Yes, Chandra Sen, you are the one. Okay, now let's quickly move to the next question. In the year 2022, which country's parliament membership became the majority female for the very first time? Read the question. In the year 2022, which country's parliament became majority female for the very first time? The time starts. Well, this was sort of easy answer, but also not easy. So let's go to the answer first before I tell you more about this. It is New Zealand, and of course, New Zealand was headed by the women prime minister, and therefore, when the new cabinet expansion happened, the new cabinet leadership team included more women partnership into the parliament, and that is why they became the majority women parliament for the very first time, for any parliament across the world. So let's find out who have been able to give the answer. Well, there are no right answers. There are wrong answers, but there are no right answers. So let's move to the next one. Okay, so we have finished our quiz today, and thanks for participating. The whole idea is to, make you think fast, and this will actually improve your critical thinking abilities. And meet me tomorrow again, and join me in this quiz. Bye bye.